You better give me those boots, boy.
No,
hey, everybody.
I'm keeping these boots.
No, you're giving me those boots and the hat.
They're saying
he's had them on his feet. I don't want them.
They're right here.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the best laser live stream on the internet. And
right now,
yeah, I really think that this is the best laser live stream on the internet. And I've watched them all, and I can tell you this is the best one. So
I can't disagree.
Anyway, that is Patrick with Light Source Engraving,
and that I'm over here.
Way.
That's Steve, the hobo with wood,
and Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy.
I'm so I didn't like this way. Intro, I'm not sure which way to turn.
Well, look at me. I'm talking right at you.
Wait, you didn't like that? All right, take two. And ladies and gentlemen, in this corner we have Rich.
Now because I got
a Hobby Guy.
Well, you didn't let me start over. Never mind. So
we can edit it all and put that. There you go.
That's anyway,
it's his fault.
It's his fault right there. Anyway, tonight we're going to start off just a little bit differently because that guy over there, wants to say something. So
I do
before the live stream starts. So go ahead, Steve. You got the floor.
All right. Well, we've only got 91 here. You want to go ahead and do it now?
Oh, we can do it anytime. 99% of our views are going to come on the replay. So
okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to discussing about it and talking about giving away this thing. And guys, like, you know, well, it'd be kind of a shame for some of the people to miss out, and because they don't know when it's going to happen. It's going to be totally random. Well, it's still going to kind of be random, but it is going to be up to you. So it's not completely random. The first live stream that we have after tonight, that we have 250 viewers and 250 likes, that's going to be given away. So if right now we see 102 viewers right now, we see 250 viewers and 250 likes, that's going to be given away during that live stream.
On the spot.
So now you know when it's going to happen.
And the way we get those is down at the bottom of the screen. Tell them that.
Like and share. And if it's up to you to get the word out about this, and to, you know, we're going to be Lightburn experience next weekend. So would that be the second weekend of October? We'll be live again.
Something like that. Right? Yeah.
Like that. So guys, get the word out.
First weekend in November.
Right? Okay. So guys, get the word out. Spread the word. Get some excitement going. The first 250 viewers with 250 likes, this baby finds a new home.
Okay, yeah. So do that now. Click like now. Click share now.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way, and before we get started with tonight's video.
But if you get busy and we get 250 likes tonight,
we're gonna do it.
Huh?
No, we're not gonna do it. I'm just
because I've got too much to do to prepare for a Lightburn experience, and this thing's going to need a major cleaning. Because when it goes to a new home, it's going to be as clean as I can possibly get her.
Like new. It's going to be like new.
But it'll be the opposite of mine. It will need a thorough cleaning once you receive it.
And don't forget, folks, that Patrick is going to be giving away his Lasermatic 10 in the following month, probably in time for Christmas. And then in the new year, we're going to be giving away a Lasermatic 30. So you really want to be here, and you really want to like and share and everything else now, because when we get, the right amount of people, we're only going to do this if we have the right amount of people. I mean, these are expensive machines, and it doesn't make sense to give it away. People watching the replay are not going to get the benefit of being able to know when to watch. You just got to watch every live stream. That's all. And also don't forget that next week, is it next week? Yeah, next week, we will be streaming live from LBX in Peoria, Illinois. And if you want, you can't pre-order tickets today with the swag packs anymore, the t-shirt and all that stuff, but you can. Oh, thank you, Kate, so much for that donation. Kate,
Yeah,
thank you, Kate.
regular donors, really appreciate that. And we are going to be holding comments, by the way, until the end of the stream. So let me just go back and look at some of these. So Lewis donated $5. Thank you, Lewis, much appreciated.
Every penny is greatly appreciated.
And Tom donated $10. These are all regular donors to the channel. We really appreciate that. And we appreciate all the new members to the channel as well. So if you want to become a member, it's right down below the video. You can join up.
Probably the same thing you're going to say, Steve.
Yep. While you were mentioning donations, thank you, Chuck. Chuck Wheeler religiously,
as usual,
donates on Zelle. He does it on Zelle instead of through the stream, and he did his usual donation, and we greatly appreciate you, Chuck.
Okay, so no questions right now. I'm going to answer these 2 questions right now, and then we're not going to take questions until we get to the question part of the stream. So the first question is, do you have to be present to win? No, but you're always present, Kate. So if you win, you'll probably be here.
You have to be present during the live stream, right?
Yeah, because if we're going to have 250 viewers and the first 250 likes, and I stop right now and say, guys, we're giving it away right now, that means you're going to be present.
Yeah, well, you'll be present naturally. So okay, anyway,
it's going to be live stream. It'll be on the spot.
Okay, so let's hold off on the comments until later when we open the discussion of the comments. You guys can talk to each other all you want over there in the comment section, but wait before you ask us comments. And if you have a question later when we do open them up, remember to use the little question mark right before the comment so that we know you have a question. We also are going to be having 6 giveaways tonight too, toward the end of the stream. So you don't do that again, Steve. That was pretty funny. We're also going to have 6 giveaways too. So let's talk about what we've been doing and what we're going to do tonight. And we're going to start with that guy right over there.
With me? Oh, thank you, sir.
You.
Well, I've been doing some testing of 3D engraving, preparing for my talk at the Lightburn experience coming up soon. Here's some examples of some of the testing that I'm doing. Let me get it off of me so it focuses. It's still going to...
Your camera just doesn't focus. Oh, look at that. Wow.
It will. It's just being a,
that is beautiful. Yeah.
So I write down, I do the test and then write down the settings that I use and then examine them under a microscope to try to find what the ideal settings are for getting the deepest engrave as fast as possible. So I've been working on that a lot this week. Let me see. When are we revealing what's in the mystery box?
Later. What else have you been... Not your mystery box. Oh, look at that. I like that.
See, I've been working on some more hat patches, and here's one in particular. And I had asked in the comments earlier if anybody had saw Rich's boots. Okay. And I just happen to have one here. Here's one of his boots.
Such a nice guy.
And I did not wear it. All right.
You keeps wanting to focus.
I don't know why it's not wanting to focus. I don't think I changed any settings, but anyway. I don't want to waste too much time.
Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate it. That. Yeah, look at that. And what I like is that the engraving matches the stitching, the color.
I think I got it. I think I got it squared up pretty way. Yeah, pretty good. It matches the collar. And then I've done, let's see, I had a box of projects that I was working on. What I do with it? I think I hid it from myself. Oh, right here.
It was right behind you a minute ago.
I know. And I moved stuff around. So I made a few things that probably will end up at the Creality booth on at the LBX. I was doing this for Creality, but I used their Falcon 2 and cut this 1-inch poplar. It's just a rough cut from the sawmill, full 1 inch. Made a few logos out of it. I made my logo as well. Did one of these signs. Just showing off some wood
That
cuttings
seems to
and
work
stuff.
when you
stuff
shake them
I did.
around. It focuses. Oh yeah, that came out beautiful.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then see, and my wife's been helping me paint stuff.
Obviously,
So I cut this out, and she did the painting. But
twist it back and forth. That makes it focus.
it's gonna want to focus on my eyeballs.
There you go. That came out nice.
And then I have to show off her painting of the sunflower bookmark.
Very nice.
Very, very
Wow,
pretty.
that came out really nice. I like that. Patrick,
Yep,
what
but
are you doing
that's-
tonight? What are you doing tonight for us? I see it
All
behind
right.
you.
Tonight, here is my game. I have made a Connect 4. So the
Yay.
file for this will be in the downloads that's available at the end of the live stream.
Also
And
on the website.
And the way I designed this was so to have this little lever block, pull that out, all the chips fall. And then the chips, if I can get it to focus, you'll see a crosshatch and then an offset fill
Very nice.
to create the two different colors
Very
Green.
good.
for your Connect 4. And then these are just little pieces that slide in and out to make your columns. And then the sides are glued on.
Awesome.
And that's it.
Okay, so now we've got Patrick's project for tonight. Steve, what have you been doing for the last week or so since the last live stream? And what are you going to be sharing with the audience tonight?
I've been busy. A lot of you I've seen and made comments there. You already mentioned these. I've designed 3 different series of Christmas ornaments, and many of you have bought the whole series. If you were a patron, you got these for free instead of having to buy them. But I have 3 series. They're 3D ornaments, and this one is one that can be personalized. You can put in a name or the year. People like to have yearly ornaments, so you could have 2023 Christmas ornament, but little snowman there that's personalizable, and then a different snowman that's 2 of 3, and then we've got Mr. and Mrs. Snowman, and those
Very
are
nice.
one series. Then I've got mountain deer, a solo buck in front of the mountain scene there, and where I organized these wrong. There we go. And then so there's one solo buck, and then we got another solo buck, and he's Prancer because he's prancing. And then we got Donner and Rudolph somewhere. There he is. Was that them? Nope. That's anyway. I got them all screwed up. And then I've got Holy Night series. I've got Mary and Joseph with little baby Jesus in the manger. And then the 3 wise men on the way to visit. Get out of the way. There we go. Following the North Star, I guess. And then a close-up.
So that was a little washed out. There was 3 wise men on camels. We didn't get to see that really. Turn it. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see it. All right, next.
And then a close-up of little baby Jesus with the lambs, and I call that one, that's the Lamb of God.
Nice.
So there's 3 series of that. I wish I knew what I did with Donner and Rudolph, but
What are you
those
doing
are-
for us this week for the giveaway?
well, hold on. We get there. I started experimenting with something you've been doing, Rich, the bamboo cutting boards.
Uh-huh.
I went down to the dollar store, got a bunch of Dollar Tree, got a bunch of their cutting boards, and these are stuff that I'm planning for LBX. Your opinion is not part of this recipe. And then, given we're going to be there for Halloween cutting board,
Nice,
and all of the movie cutting knives, and I've got. If you guys are part of the YouTube or the Facebook group, Hobo with Wood Facebook group, you've already seen this, but that's Paduke inlaid in Italian olive wood. And I've got a bunch of the cutting board blanks that I'm going to be taking and selling some of the blanks as well. And this, I just want to show this off. I was commissioned to make this for a very, very special person. This design's been on the website for a while, but this was done with Peruvian walnut and primavera. So 2 different hardwoods. Those are actually primavera inlays in there. And then working on 2 different.
just remember, if you decide to do one of those, that you can't do the top in hardwood.
Yeah, no, that's in birch.
Baltic birch. Yeah.
This was a twist on one of the ornaments. This here was the little ornament. So if you have the ornaments, I took the ornament and redid the artwork, and now making a little stand with the crosshairs. So now it's going to be for hunters instead of for Christmas.
I'm going to make that one.
I like it. Yeah.
And I've made a shadow box, and I did a video on my channel on how I created this shadow box and how much you can sell these for and make a ton of money off of a couple of dollars.
Yeah, you need a hammer. Using your fist wasn't the right way to demonstrate that.
Fist? Huh?
You used your fist on that shadow box.
And this is the one that's a work in progress. And guys, before I put a single file up for sale or give away to anybody, it goes through so many trial and errors and builds and designs. But this right now is 4 layers, but it's not looking the way I want it to, because I've got the snow cap on a separate layer from the mountains, because that's what I wanted, but it's on the same layer as the furthest most trees, and that does not look good in person. So this is going to go through some redesigns before it's available. So people that get you, when you get my files off of my website and I get an email from you going, man, there's something wrong with your file. I know that there's not, because I built it myself 100 times, and whenever it gets corrupted by Lightburn, and that's beyond me, but I've worked out all the bugs before I said it, make it available to you. As far as what I'm doing for you guys tonight, Rich, I sent him a picture of this. He was like, what is it? This is this the one I want to show? Yep. I've got this. This is a penny drop game. And what penny drop is just a box, and it's designed like a little butter box. It comes apart. But you take a die. Any die will do. Here we go. I've got in the file the ability to make a wooden die if you want to. And it works okay, but it doesn't roll great because it's really square. And if you try to round it off like I did, it doesn't do so hot.
Well, you can also buy those wooden dies on Amazon as well.
Yeah. And or this is actually for kids. This is, in fact, we'll show you the artwork on here. Grandpas, I got this, and dads too.
Because we all want to get our kids and grandkids gambling.
That's exactly the idea. If you want to upset the wife, or you want to get your kids really get their goat, send them home with their first gaming device. And the way this works, and you don't want to have a kid who's still stuffing pennies in their nose playing with it. And at age of 2 or 3, what kid doesn't have an electronic device already, some kind of iPad or iPhone? You can actually download an app with a die on it, and you roll the dice, and then you've got a penny, and whatever, it's a single die, And if you roll a 5, then you take your penny and you place it on number 5, and it'll sit there. Then the next person's turn, and they roll a 4. They put it in a 4. But if somebody rolls the die and it lands on the same number that the penny's already in, then they have to take every single penny off of the game board in the next person's turn. The first one to run out of pennies wins. And how do you run out of pennies? If you roll a 6 and you place it in the 6, it drops through the 6. So first one to run out of pennies wins. And when they win, they get to take the box and they'll have all the pennies in it. So that's their first gaming device. Now, the artwork on here is to really twist it in your kids. Look what Pawpaw taught me. Look what Pawpaw taught me. My first game of chance. And lemon drop sound even more fun.
Okay, Steve.
Obviously, you can change the artwork. But
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool, fun game that would occupy. That's something that could take quite a long time for them to get rid of their pennies because they have to keep picking them up.
Yes,
So-
yes, it could.
That's mine.
All right. So now Steve is finished, and we're going to come to me. And for me, the last week and a half or so has been very, very busy around here. I've been trying to get organized, and I've got a couple of new lasers in the shop. As a matter of fact, tonight I'm going to be using a completely different laser, and there it is right there next to the Lasermatic. It is the Wayne Lux K8. And everybody's probably looking at this right now and saying, are you crazy? Why would you get one? Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 of these already, and they've all been garbage. This thing is beyond ridiculous. Let me tell you, it has what appears to be the LU24 LF module in it with a couple of different new features on it. So it's a long focus module, 10 watts. It's got like a CO2 style honeycomb bed that raises and lowers. The module stays fixed. It's got air assist. It's got smoke extraction that actually works. And I was just blown away by this thing. Of course, I got it, and it didn't come with the software. It came with the micro USB adapter, but no micro USB card. So I said, okay, I'm going to send the company an email and let them know about it. I did. And in the meanwhile, it's got a USB port. So let me just plug into it and see what happens. And bam. I mean, it recognized it right off the bat. Every function in Lightburn works. So I'm still waiting to hear back from them. I got it yesterday, and I'm still waiting to hear back from them about the software. But I know it does have an app. And it has a really good app because I looked at a couple of reviews on it. It has their own software that comes with it. But why would anybody want to use it when it works perfectly with Lightburn? So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. And so I was busy all week. Didn't until today have to start a project for this week's live stream. So what I did was I copied that guy over there. Well, he was over there a minute ago. Copied Patrick's. And I did a tic-tac-toe game. And now this is the tic-tac-toe 4. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Very similar to the 4 across. And let me see now. I'm going to go to a different camera real quick. And hopefully I can get rid of that still. Nope, I was on the camera. So I did tic-tac-toe 3 and I did tic-tac-toe 4. And both of these, one of them on the right, the one on the right I did on the Wayne Lux. The one on the left I did on the Lasermatic. I also did 2 styles of coins that you can see there. One is like a Times New Roman font, and the other one is like a handwritten font. So great little game that you can take with you on the go. And I also am working on, oh wait, you can't see that, can you? I have to go to Lightburn for you to see that. There we go. I'm working on, you're not going to get this tonight. So for tonight, you're going to get the base, as you see here. You're going to get these coins over here in 2 different styles, and you're going to get the game itself that you can make yourself. But I'm also working on a box for this. So this is the box. It's not quite finished yet. It probably won't be for a week or 2 as I get time to do it. I've got everything done. I've got to do a little more node editing over here. This is the top layer here. This is the bottom layer over here. And this is a drawer for 6mm wood. So you'll be able to slide this drawer out. There's the handle there. I'm still working on those nodes to get that right. It's really complicated, even though it does, you wouldn't think it is, but to make that little 6mm drawer is complicated. But so you'll be able to slide this board here, put this board with this backer on inside the drawer and slide it in out of place with the coins on top of it. So that's what I'm working on this week, and that is what I'll be sharing in this live stream, the download. So both Steve and I are going to do 6 free draws, and you don't know what that what the term is that you have to put in the comments in order to get an entry yet. We'll tell you later. So don't do the pound I want it thing, because that won't work. But later on, we're going to give away, I'm going to give away 3 of mine. Steve's going to give away 3 of his. So we're going to have 6 drawings a little bit later on in the video. In the meanwhile, I'm going to actually show you on that Wayne Lux how well this thing does. So I'm going to run the bottom piece so you can see it. I'll do an offset engrave on it, and then I'll have it come back and cut it out of, I think I'm using, 3mm wood. Really great little machine. Shocked me. I really didn't even want to take it out of the box because I didn't ask for it. They sent it to me without even asking. So I was thinking to myself, I don't even want to take this out of the box because I've already got 3 or 4 of them in storage, and none of them did anything but barely engrave basswood. But they were all like 2.5 watt modules. This thing is an actual 10 watt long focus module, and it works really, really well. Plus, it's got front and back doors. You can open the door during the engraving, and it'll stop. It'll pause, and you can take a look, see if it's what you want, and then close the door again. It'll continue right where it left off. And I mean, it's just got a lot of really nice features. That air scrubber is unbelievable. I mean, I've got an air scrubber 4 times the size. That's 4 stages. This thing is a 2-stage air scrubber, and it actually scrubs the air. You can use it indoors without venting it to the outside. There's a really slight little odor to it, not much, but it's not nearly as bad as just a couple seconds of a cigarette in the room. Not even close to that. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, and those are the giveaways that we're going to be doing. So with that said, where'd Patrick go? Patrick.
I don't know, but clarify one thing though.
What's
Instead,
that?
I'm not going to be giving away the penny drop.
The flat pack.
We didn't disclose that's what it was.
Yeah.
The file that you'll be downloading is the penny drop, but what I'm giving away will be a flat pack of the deer.
Oh, okay. So are you doing 3 flat packs of that?
I'll do 3 flat packs of this.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So are those going to be tabbed? Or are they going to be cut out?
They will.
If you send them tabbed, it'll probably be.
Yeah, I'll probably have the knockouts, the waste I'll get rid of, but then yes, I'll probably put just a couple of tabs to hold them in place.
Right.
And then I've got a slew of pizza boxes that are perfect for the 12-inch. So
Perfect.
it'll be packed well. It'll be fine.
Okay, cool. So Steve, are you doing anything tonight, or are you just going to monitor the comments?
I'm gonna monitor comments because I do not want to assemble a box during a live stream, and I do not. You and Patrick both have got me whooped when it comes to your studio. I got that camera. I got that camera right there. That's it. You know, so yeah.
Well, and we're also going to have a complete portable studio that we'll be able to travel all around Lightburn with during the convention. So you're not going to want to. We're going to send out the emails though. So we are still going to send out the emails, give you the notification of what time we're going to be going live. That way you can be ready for it. And we're going to be going live on this channel. And we'll be probably doing like hour-long or maybe more. Who knows? Maybe we'll do the whole day because the portable studio we have has battery backup and everything. It's got power on board, you know, and we'll be able to. It's mobile. We can go all over the convention center with it. So
it'll be like they're there.
It'll be like you're there. Yeah, except you do have to pay admission. You know, of course. There is a $20 admission fee. You just hit the thanks button. hit the little dollar thing. By the way, don't forget we have memberships now underneath the video here where you can sign up as a member to the channel, and we'd really appreciate that. All of the money that comes from this channel in your donations and memberships goes to Patrick and Steve so that they can buy supplies for the live stream. So I think we're almost ready to go to. Let me just go back real quickly to the comments because we have a $20 donation from Andy. Thank you so much, Andy.
Andy's regular. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, and Andy is saying that he does not have a comment. Well, I think you made a comment there.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, he doesn't have a question. I'm sorry.
He made a very good comment, though.
Yes, he did. And we got Mike Doyle also that donated $10 to the
Mike's
channel.
a regular. Thank you, Mike.
Yep. Thank you so much, Mike. And I am going to turn the comments now over to Steve. So now we will actually start looking at the comments.
Yeah. So if you've asked a question before, you just start over. Act like you've not done it.
Put the question.
And I did want to demonstrate that these little
put it in a box. Catch
coin game pizzas. No, that's no fun.
Oh yeah.
You just want them to fall out.
I was going to say, don't do that because they're going to go all over the place.
No.
Now,
I designed it so they stay right here.
What I would do, Patrick, is I would make a tray in the bottom for them to fall into.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Okay, we got it. We're constantly teaching Patrick, but he's coming along.
Hey, but now Patrick, that is much. And what's funny, guys, is we didn't talk to each other about what we were going to do for this.
No.
And whenever we were getting really close, deadlines approaching. Okay, what you got? What you got? Patrick was the first one to comment. I got to connect 4, and I was like, "Son of a biscuit eater!" That's what I was doing. I had already was working on it, and what I was doing instead of where Patrick's got to pull a slide for him to drop, I was working on a slide that would just move to the left, and they would fall out, and you could move it back and lock them in place. And then Rich mentioned that he was working on one that was have a bottom that would pivot.
Yeah.
So none of us talking to each other, and we all were doing connect 4s. But Patrick didn't claim it.
I have actually over the last couple of years, I've made 3 or 4 connect 4s, but I haven't done one lately. And when I was looking for a topic for today, I saw Patrick. He obviously had to send me the files so I can get them ready for the website. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do something like that myself.
And
thank you, Joe, for that $20 donation. Much appreciated.
I scrambled to come up with this, and I tell you, when I say I make a bunch of them before I make them available to you, these are all the failures.
Yep, and we all do that too. We all prototype. So
I just happened to see Jack's comment. He was talking about metal coins. It is sized so that these your typical coin blanks will drop right through.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
So if you're using the 30 millimeter coin blanks, they will fall through. So you could laser engrave your own coins for it.
That's a great idea.
But I wanted it to just fall all over the place like it did whenever I was a kid, and then you have to hunt and pick them up and sort them, and that's what I went with.
All right. So what are you going to be doing tonight? Are you going to be doing something on the laser or not? Am I the only one doing the laser engraving?
You were the only one, unless somebody has something in particular they want to see. I'm always
okay. So if anybody wants to see something, Patrick is willing to do something on his laser. Steve is going to monitor the comments, and I'm going to go over there and I'm going to get started with that little mini 130 by 130. Oh, you know what? Let me just talk about this first before we actually get started, and let you actually know the features here. So I'm going to change my microphone. I'm not going to use the remote one because I know you can't hear me from that, but you can probably barely hear me when I go over here. So on here, if I turn this on, you'll see that it has got a metal honeycomb on the inside, and that honeycomb is what you use to focus. There's a big dial on the side here, and you turn this dial and this raises and lowers. So you can engrave something up to 4 inches thick if you wanted to. Also, the laser module is right there. It's fixed focus. It's got air assist. It's got smoke extraction over here, which is kind of loud. If I turn it on, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it when it comes on. Can you guys hear that from that far away?
Just a very faint blower motor.
Okay, it's sort of loud here in the shop. It has an indicator as to when it gets dirty. Inside that smoke extractor, there's like maybe a 5-inch tall filter. It's one of those filters that you put out in the sun for 4 or 5 hours and it regenerates. So, and then on top of that is a pre-filter to get any dust and debris, stuff like that. So real easy to operate. You can change the speed of the fan with the top button, and the bottom button is power on and off. One thing that's really very cool is that this comes with a jig bar, and it's magnetic. So if you take this jig bar, you can stick it in here, find the hole, and that is now stuck in place. And let's say that you wanted to do coasters, for instance. You design your first coaster, drop it in there, put it up against the jig bar like that, run the job, and then after that job, pull it out, put the next one in, and press this repeat button over here. And you could just keep going and on and on and on and on. Remember, this is a 10-watt laser, and it's a long focus. Right now, it's focused for the 3mm wood. I know you probably can't, you can see it. See how far it is from the bed? It's long focus, so it cuts better than usual. So right now I've got it focused for the 3mm. I'll show you that real quick. So if I take and drop this square in here into that jig right there, get it lined up. Now I'll go to, I have to have the door closed to move it. So I'll go to Lightburn and move the laser up to the front. Oh, I have to connect to it first. Hang on. And choose the COM port. For some reason, I have to always choose the COM port now. I don't know why. But there we go. It just moved up. Well, it homed. Now I have to move it. So now I'll move it. And now it's in the right spot for focusing. It has a little drop down bar. Can you guys see that on the video?
Yeah.
So I drop that down and then I roll this until it goes vertical like that and it's focused. I mean, that it doesn't get much easier than that. Focusing is really simple to do, has a lot of great features. Down in the bottom, you have your tray. So when you're cutting like small pieces or something like that, this is the waste tray down in the bottom. Got a lot of great features for a little portable laser like this. I've never seen anything like it. This is the K8 by Wayne Lux. So this is what I'm going to be demoing tonight. And it does respond to all of the features in Lightburn. I checked all of them. So I just wanted to cover that real quickly before I get started. And let me get myself out of full screen there. Okay, so I just wanted to get that done. So, and I want to say thank you to Jeremy for that $10 donation. Thank you, Jeremy. And I also want to say thank you to Christy for that $10 donation. Thanks much. Really appreciate the donations, folks. That's what keeps this channel alive and keeps the free files coming. So I'm going to get started on this. And Steve, you can take over with comments.
Okie dokie. Well, the first question I see, well, the first question mark's not actually a question, but I'm going to go ahead and put it up there because I kind of like it. Rich, supply Hobo with an extra camera you have.
I wish I had an extra camera. These are all HDMI cameras. They're super expensive.
Yeah, Rich and Patrick. Patrick, how long have you been doing YouTube? Combining all of your YouTube history.
Oh, geez, about 3 years.
Okay.
No,
yes.
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
We've both been doing it the same amount of time, about 2 years.
And I've been at it just a little over a year now. And so these guys have got a little head start on me. And they've got some really cool stuff in their studios. And I just have not got there yet. All right. Let's see.
I've been solo about just with my own channel a little over a year. It was like last September.
All right. And Larry Mitchell is asking, is the spontaneous giveaway for the U.S. only? Yeah, anytime we're shipping out product, it is going to be for U.S. only just because of the expense and headaches of the shipping. Let's see. A bunch of hellos. Question mark. Why does my kerf setting work on some woods and not others? Well, I would say that your kerf setting always works, but you're going to have a different result from different types of wood because you may end up having one wood that's kind of softer than the other, so it would have maybe more excessive burn away versus maybe a harder wood that doesn't have any burn off. But I don't think your kerf, it can't change. The only thing that's changing there when you say it works on some woods and not the others is different woods have different results. Does that sound about right to you guys?
Sounds right to me.
Okay. So what you'd want to do there, Daniel, is your kerf is going to be fixed. And if you're like me, I always use the same Baltic birch, and I know that with one particular laser, the kerf is what it is, never changes. But if I go to another product, another wood type, then I may have to do some testing if I really want to get that dialed in. All right.
Just really cut in really quickly. I am doing the tic-tac-toe game, as you can see on my screen here.
And you're doing that on the, what'd you say, the Wayne Lux?
On the Wayne Lux, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I am doing the LMR logo on an aluminum coin. I'm going to do it in a few different shades.
That's trippy. I could watch those, and that's the, oh shoot, what do you call that?
Fiber laser with the Galvo head.
Galvo, yeah. I could watch them all day long.
And this is.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm running this on. I'm going to have a video to my channel or uploaded to my channel once I get it filmed after LBX, but it's going to be a video that's going to teach you how to upgrade your fiber laser source. So I took the 80-watt source out of this laser and I put a 120-watt source in it. So it's a 120-watt JPT fiber laser in that. And then the video is going to be swapping out a 50-watt Rakis source for the 80-watt JPT. So I'll teach everybody how to do that.
120-watt JPT, that's a beast.
And this
it almost didn't fit.
This is an elementary question, and I've got it, and I imagine there are a few others that are thinking the same thing. But
by the way, I'm sorry, I just started that job. By the way, for those watching, paying attention to my side over here. Go ahead, Steve.
When you say the source on a Galvo like that, unlike the diode laser, you have a diode that emits light that creates the laser. The CO2 has actually got the laser tube, but with the Galvo, you've got just a power source.
He's pretty much like changing the module on a diode.
The Galvo is just mirrors that direct the laser beam.
Right.
So the source is what feeds the laser beam to the mirrors.
Okay.
And then the basically the controller synchronizes what the laser's doing with what the mirrors are doing to give you your desired
Thank
output.
you, Terry. It's much appreciated. So right now, real quickly, mine is just finished the offset fill, going around the edge. And I don't know why it's going to cut already. You know what? I didn't have my layers organized right.
What is this? Your first time cutting something?
No, I restarted my computer before the stream.
Rookie.
No, actually, these layers are done right. I guess maybe it's finished the whole job already. I don't know. Let me go take a look.
Already, that's fast.
All right. So Kate answer your question. Where do I get my wood from? Well, which wood are you referring to? If you're referring to the hardwoods that I did like in the purse, I get that from West Penn Hardwoods. They're local. I can actually drive and go up and actually go through the shelves and pick out what I want. But if all of the Baltic birch that I get, that's in my supplies on hobowithwood.com.
Steve, before this finishes, I want to demonstrate this feature. So now you see it's cutting out. It's on the last steps right now, cutting out the square. So now if I open the door, you'll see that it stopped. And now I'm getting some smell in here. But now when I close the door, it goes right back to where it was. Sorry.
Cool. But yeah, Kate, hobowithwood.com/premium Baltic birch will get you there. And I'm not shipping any product as of yet, but I'm negotiating with these guys about buying this wholesale direct from my supplier, the Baltic 3mm Baltic birch. And the condition about me getting it is I want it vacuum packed. That way it's protected from the environment and all the different conditions. Because I mentioned in the last live stream, I opened my first box and it come out all whoppy jawn. It was all warped up.
Was that pound I wanted?
And so I told him, yeah, if I'm going to get it, I want it vacuum sealed so I ain't got to worry about environmental issues.
All right, so I don't know if this camera will focus or not, but it finished the tic-tac-toe game. Now, I want you to pay attention to those letters. So those letters are 1 millimeter. This machine has a 0.05 spot size. So that's the first layer of the game. And for the second layer, I have to use a larger one. So I've got a bunch of them cut out here to size. This is the larger piece right here. I'm just going to take this out, put this in. It doesn't matter how I position this because I've got it set up to cut it out smaller than the piece there, so it'll be fine whatever position I put it in.
And not a question, but a comment. And I want to say, hey, welcome. This is his first time on a live stream. He's enjoying it and definitely learning a lot. Well, thank you for allowing us to be your first. That's always an honor.
I'm going to make my screen bigger and run this other coin, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Oops, I did the wrong job. I didn't switch the. How do you like that?
But
I'm doing the same job.
Yeah, I'm just looking for questions.
All right. It's going to run. Those are the dark marks, and then it's going to do a light mark around the outside, and then leave a shiny finish for the learn, make, repeat part of the logo.
All right. Everybody pay attention here because I've not done this. So this is one thing. If you win my Lasermatic 10, I have not configured my Lightburn camera because I've not needed to. But T-Man's Woodshed says he configured the Lightburn camera on his Lasermatic 10 but I need the download to correct the bow on the overlay. Oh, okay. I guess can't seem to find it on the website. Is any help appreciated? Do either of you y'all gone
Yeah,
through
if
this?
he sends me an email, I can send him the camera settings file.
Okay. And
His
that your
email sales@lightsource.pro.
yeah, it's scrolling across the bottom,
Yep.
man. Just look for his emails. They send him an email. You're looking for the camera settings, and we'll get you hooked up.
I'll send it back to him. Let me just.
I'm trying to
That's
figure.
good.
Oh, I know what I did wrong here. I see. I didn't. put it
And
at the bottom of the phone.
a big thank you to Wendy for being here. Wendy's always here in the background taking care of stuff, and she's telling you right now, be sure to check out the LMR website, Facebook, and Discord groups for great information. All that scrolling across the bottom. But guys, to reiterate, it is in your ballpark, or the ball's in your court on when I give away this laser. You have got to like and share and get this excited. And the first 250 we see, we're going to give this away.
Look at that. My camera didn't refocus when I took that wood away from there. That's a $750 camera, and the focus isn't working right.
All right. Jesse Tuttero's asking, he says, just getting into doing cork coasters. Do either of you guys have a recommended cork brand or a cork coaster? I don't do any cork. Do you guys have it in your shops?
Yeah, but I don't. They all seem to work about the same for me.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Patrick.
So there's the 3 different shades: the dark, medium, and a light on aluminum. So there's your aluminum coin for the Connect 4 game.
Very nice. Oh, cool.
All right, Jeff Mercer asks, do you do a test for every wood species? Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
Every wood species, every thickness, and then I even verify that when I get new shipments of the same
That's
wood.
what I was going to say. And it's not only every species, but it's every shipment of that species.
Exactly.
Let's see. Question marks. Carl, another long time regular. If I was doing some Christmas ornaments in my library, and when I clicked on the 4th group in the library, the 3rd group came up on my Lightburn. Can you tell me what's up about it? I was doing some ornaments in my library, and when I clicked on the 4th group, the 3rd group came up. I don't know. Was you drinking?
Sounds like it.
I don't know, Carl. Did it only do it one time, or does it do it every single time? You know, but I need more information and or see it in action to see if it only happened once. Then yeah, I'd say you kind of fat fingered it maybe. But if it happens every single time, it might have something labeled wrong. You know, I've not experienced that. I'm curious if it happens every single time or it just happened once.
I'm getting down to the last few seconds here. That's why I switched the camera.
You keep y'all bounce around with the cameras and show people because they don't want to look at me. Y'all, if you show off what you're doing.
And normally I would wait for the smoke to clear here, but during the live stream, I'm just going to take it out. All right, so this one I kind of screwed up on. I started the wrong job. I had to go restart it again. But this is the offset fill around the outside. This is for the base of the game. Ignore that hobby guy in the middle. So it did the offset fill engraving and then cut this out. And this goes together with the other one that I just did. You glue these two together and you have your tic-tac-toe game. and it's like 3-dimensional because you have 2 pieces of wood here. So it's a nice solid game. And then you have your coins that go with it, and I'll switch over to that real quick. That is the final project right there. Here's the one I just did. So there you can see them side by side. This one came out a little better because I changed the settings a little bit to make it darker. I also, this one I did with, I duplicated the square on this one and offset it inward by about 1 millimeter. So that's why the squares are darker on this one. And these coins I did double-sided. So this one is not, because I just did these for the stream, but they're all double-sided coins, the ones that I'm going to use with the game. And that is my project for tonight. Those are my 2 projects. One is smaller than the other, and it seems like it's small. I think it's like 130 millimeters, the smaller one, and like 150 for the bigger one. But they're not when you actually sit down and play the game. They're not small at all.
I mean, if you think about it, you used to draw your tic-tac-toe with a pencil. So, I mean,
Exactly.
That's a whole lot bigger than your hand-drawn tic-tac-toe board.
Yeah, you don't need a big game.
Yeah.
For kids, those would be perfect anyway.
Yep.
All right, Patrick, here's a question. Where is the best place to buy coins? Do you have a coin in your shop or coin blanks or supplier?
No, I don't have any. Let's see. Swiss Bui is one source that I recommend. SWISSBUI.com. Those are American made coin blanks. Jeff Stockton keeps coin blanks. I recommend going to Jeff's site. That's laserableitems.com. And those are the 2 that I mainly use.
Could you
Thank you, Bruce.
Could you put that in the comments?
Yep, I will do.
Yeah,
sure
So,
can.
and I get mine on Amazon, and the ones that I got, they say made in the USA, and they come in a little plastic case.
Do you have a shortcut for it?
I don't, but
okay.
if you search, well, actually, mine are brass coins that I got. I haven't gotten any of the aluminum ones yet, but the brass coins that I get on Amazon.
Swiss Bui at his site, he has the aluminum, brass, and stainless steel, and with various edge treatments. So, for example, here's 2 different coins with 2 different edges.
Oh yeah,
and then he has some different shapes too. So there's some odd shaped coins, but he's got all kinds of stuff there to choose from.
Now, did you put that in the comments already? No.
One is in there, and the second one is going in right now.
And this is why I love Wendy being back here. It looks like Wendy even beat you to it, because isn't that what you said?
Yep.
Sweets? Yep.
Yep.
All right. Dale Peterson, just ordered my first laser and look forward to trying my hand at it. How do most makers exhaust their laser's smoke? Do you use a dryer vent or your exterior wall or something different? And all depends on where you put your laser.
I use both, actually.
Yeah. Because if you got access to a window, you can use a dryer vent inside the window and put it in a piece of wood. And but if you're in a utility building that no windows, then different. Some guys do inline fans and duct work, and depends on where you're at, what your workspace dictates.
In the shop next door, I actually have a whole HVAC system up in the attic, and that has an 8-inch exhaust. Like
there's Patrick.
A 6-inch. Yeah, I think that's a 6-inch, right?
There's an 8-inch and a 6-inch. There's the 8 and there's the 6. And I just cut new windows for my garage door out of acrylic. So I made myself some new double pane windows and routed the ductwork out.
But here in this shop, I have over in the corner, I have a air scrubber that's has a 4-inch outlet on it. So I got a dryer vent at Lowe's, and I got my 4-inch hole saw and just drilled through the metal building itself. And I put that dryer vent in and connected it to that. So these dryer vents, or these vent covers, I should say, I have another one on the front side of the building that has the little flaps that open up for the G-Wake laser. There's another one inside here that's a 4-inch that has a stainless steel with a half semicircle or semicircle cover on it. So there are all types of covers you can get for the vents, depending on what size hose you have. They come in all different sizes.
All right. And Daniel's asking, what will the Lasermatic 30 do that the 20 can't?
Cut faster.
And more power. It's like,
yeah, but you know, in my opinion, you know, the more power you get, the bigger the spot size. So it's, a lot of people think if you go from 10 watts to 20 watts, that you can double your speed or double your power, whatever the case may be. Use some kind of mathematical formula where you just double, right? Or cut in half, one or the other. Double speed, cut the power in half, whatever you do. That's not the case, because you're going from, like for the Lasermatic series, you're going from 0.08 spot size to a 0.1, 0.12, somewhere in that range when you go up to the 20 watts. So you're not gaining a whole lot more speed. It's not double the speed. It's a little more speed. And the same is going to be true of the 30 watt. I happen to really like the 1020 because I can do my engraving much faster than the 10 watt. But the 10 watt is still my favorite laser because it has the smallest spot size. And this new little laser that I've got back there has got a 0.05 spot size, 0.05 by 0.06. So, you know, that's a really fine spot size. So that 10 watt laser will cut better than other 10 watt lasers because of the spot size.
But you cannot do what Patrick did with your 10 watt or your 20 watt or probably even your 30 watt. Cut through that 1-inch piece of poplar. And that's what I would say is, and yeah, you might could, but it's going to take more passes and longer. If
Steve,
you're
I can cut 34 millimeters deep on the 10 watt.
Yeah, but not in the same amount of time that Patrick did that.
No, absolutely not.
And that's what I would say to Daniel is, if you're going to be working with that material that Patrick has in his hands right now, if that's your preferred medium is to work out of big solid hardwoods, then you don't want a 10 watt or 20 watt. You want that big, 30 watt or 40 watt or whatever.
Yeah, this was a 40 watt cut this one out.
Yeah.
And by the way, no matter if you have a 100 watt diode, you're not going to, 34 millimeters is going to be your limit. So can't go any further than that, because you've gone so far out of focus that it has no more power past that 34 millimeter thickness. So,
but if you're like me and if I'm not working with my hardwoods, then my preferred wood is the 3 millimeter Baltic birch.
Me too.
And for that, you don't need anything really more than probably the 20 watt. I've got a 20 watt. I don't have my Lasermatic 20 hooked up yet, but I've got a 20 watt, and I love cutting with that. But I like the engraving that I get better with this. So I am really excited about getting my Lasermatic 20 hooked up to where I can toggle back and forth.
Throw the switch.
Yep. So, if you want to work with big, thick wood, then you need a bigger, powerful laser if you want to do it rapidly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see any need to have anything more than the 20 watt.
Yeah, there really is, going up in power is going to reduce your engraving ability. So unless it's switchable, like the Lasermatic, where you can switch down to 10 watts, you're defeating your own purpose. You'll save a little bit of time, but you won't get as nice of engravings.
What I've found having the 10 and 20 both available is doing the leatherette, engrave it with 10, flip it to 20, and use it to cut the leatherette faster. I get a nice engrave and a nice cut. It's best of both worlds.
Two lasers in one. Literally. So Paul's asking you a question about your wing looks there. Is it X and Y or Galvo?
X and Y.
X and Y.
Yeah, the module is fixed at a certain height, and the table is what you move up and down, and the module moves back X and Y. I did notice that the rollers that there's 20/20 extrusion on the inside where it moves back and forth, left to right. The rollers that they use, they really look like nylon rollers to me. They're the small nylon rollers. So it's not the typical 3D printer rollers that you're used to seeing on these machines. These nylon ones can last 2 to 3 times as long.
So there's been some comments back and forth over here in the stream, just people commenting to each other. And I'm not familiar with this, but Steve's clued us in here. So Steve Smith says, thank you all. People have been wishing him well. He's watching us tonight from the hospital. Said he had a small heart attack and should be back soon, but he did not want to miss the show. So
Get well soon.
I know what that's like, Steve. So take care of yourself and make sure that no matter, even if it's a big heart attack, you still have to watch the show.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a small heart attack. So, because Patrick, you're not in the club, are you?
No.
Rich
I
and
just have AFib for now.
Yeah, and we hope it don't go no further. But Rich and I are in the Zipper Club. We know all about that. We don't want that. Take care of yourself and get out of that hospital. So, because I hate hospitals. If you ain't sick, you can go there and they'll get you that way. Let's see here.
Hang on, Steve. Hang on 1 second, Steve. I forgot what. Geez, I shouldn't have forgot what it is. The code to enter in tonight's drawing is USA.
USA, all caps.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You just just type USA in the comments. Now, I'm sorry about that, Steve, because now it's going to speed up those comments. But
that's all good.
Yeah. So USA is going to be the code for tonight's 6 giveaways.
All right. So our first time live streamers got a question here. Are 3D multi-layer state maps really profitable?
Yeah, if you charge a couple $100 for them.
Well, it all depends on what size, what are you making it from? There's all kinds of things that come into play.
I can tell you that I can tell you that it takes me 4 hours, and I'm really good at it to do the multi-layer map. So that's up to you. You have to test it and see, but they take a long time in the map software to get all the streets and the names and the topography right before you can actually throw it onto the laser. And every one of them is different because if you're going to be selling them, everybody's going to want a different city or whatever park. And
just remember the comment or the code word USA is there for a reason.
Yes.
These guys are going to ship to the United States.
Only the USA. That's right.
And as I'm coming down here, you may have already pulled these up, Rich. And if I have,
I haven't been watching them.
You don't have to. It don't hurt to show them again. Thank you, Jeremy.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Jeremy became a member too. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Nicholas, thank you, and he joined. Thank you very much,
Nicholas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Chad. I'm late. Did I just hear you're giving away a laser? All right, Chad.
Nope.
If you're late, real quick, we are giving away a laser, but we have
wait. The easy answer is no, we're not.
No, we're not giving away a laser tonight.
Go ahead, Steve. I'm just joking around. Go ahead.
We're up to 179 viewers tonight, right now. But Chad, the new update is instead of it being a complete and total shocking surprise about when we're going to give away this laser right here, is after tonight, the first live stream, we have 250 viewers and 250 likes. Handbrake, stop everything. We're giving away the laser right then and there. So it is up to you, Chad. You personally, it is all on your shoulders to make sure this is shared with every. I don't tell you, grandma, your grandpa, and your brother and your sister. I don't care if they ain't never got a laser. Make them watch. That'll help you get a chance of winning a laser.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, somebody. How do you block somebody?
Click on the 3. You have to click on the 3 little dots.
Ban
Wendy. Wendy will get
it. I got it. Ban and delete. I hate. You know what, guys?
Idiots.
I can be a real smart aleck, and if you ever get any contact from me and you get that, well, man, he's a real a-hole. Well, I'm not. I'm really just a smart aleck. So don't take it offensively. Read it as with a sense of humor. But
Patrick and I are not going to comment on that. Go ahead.
yeah, I hate people that be doing what that person just did. That's ridiculous. All right,
Wendy, we did announce what the giveaway is tonight. We actually announced that in the beginning. We're giving away 3 tic-tac-toe games, and we're giving away the deer in the crosshair. Steve's giving away 3 of the deer in the crosshair flat packs.
all right, Patrick, this is directed to you, sir. What time is your presentation at LBX? Are you going to do it live? Or are you going to record it?
No, he's doing it live.
Yes, I'm doing it live. It'll
Only way
be
you can do it.
Saturday at 4 p.m. It will be live streamed. Lightburn is live streaming the conference. I don't know if you need a ticket to view the live streams, but they will be recording them as well.
Mhm.
Rich, directed to you, sir. Cost of the laser Rich is demoing.
$500 for the 10Y. They start at $299 and run up to $500.
Patrick, directed to you, sir. Miss Amber wants to know, can you get collar from a 50-watt Rakus?
Greens.
Yes.
And guys, if you don't, we'll turn it on personal.
Don't tell them our private joke.
Yeah, because Patrick's dialect, his enunciation of the word color comes out as collar.
He's a West Virginia boy.
It's
That's
collar.
right.
He wants to change the collar on it. So
You can find him out on
yes.
the porch every night in his
But
rocking
yes,
chair.
you can get color with the 50-watt Rakus. It is possible. And maybe not as easily as a MOPA and maybe not as wide a variety of collars. But I have a 50-watt Rakus and I've done some amazing stuff with it.
all right, light source engraving, lasers, and more. Patrick, are those coins going to be for sale?
Probably the coins that I just made.
Howdy, Jim.
That's
Thanks for joining
always
us.
an option. Well, let me get off of here. There we go. That's one of them. That's always an option to put them up for sale. If people are wanting LMR coins, we could do that.
And
So if you know
After
if you want,
LBX.
yeah, if you want, you can just put it up on our blog. Don't forget, people, that we have a blog, lasermakersrealm.com. That's where all the replays will be. There'll also be the downloads from every video will be in the replay, where you can download the material the projects that we're making. And I keep that blog updated. In fact, I'm about to go publish tonight's blog post, which is this live stream. It actually is already published, but I'm about to go and hit update, and the download will be available there from all 3 of us.
Patrick, I don't know if what's this?
The Louisiana Hobby Guy was born and raised in Brooklyn and Queens, by the way, just in case you don't know. I've been here for 38 years, but born and raised in Brooklyn and Queens.
And he's a Yankee through and through. He's a Louisiana Hobby Guy, but he's a Yankee. So, Patrick, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Jim had mentioned it in the comments way up in the stream earlier, and I seen it. But Jim went shopping today on our websites and really got a lot of files from you and me both. Thank you, Jim, for your support. It's greatly appreciated.
He bought himself one of these. Maybe not this long, but he got himself an adjustable focal stick.
Very good.
So I'll be shipping one of those out.
This is not really a question, but it's got question marks on it. Larry says, Rich recently had a video on running material test without using up too much material, and that helped him out a lot. So he's thanking you, Rich. You saved him a lot of material and a lot of time.
Well, thank you for watching that video. I was just in the next room updating the blog. Yeah, that video was a way to save material. So I like the material test in Lightburn, I mean, I like it a lot on new materials that I've never seen before, but I did a quick video on how to do quick tests so that you can take one 4x4 little piece of wood material or whatever it is and do all of your testing on there instead of running material test after material test.
So Carl, he had the issue earlier. We was talking about we'd go to his library and he clicked on item 2, but item 3 would load, and he says it's doing it in every group. So it's not doing it on one item, and it's not doing it in one group. It's doing it in every group in his library.
I don't know what that is. It must be some weird anomaly. Thank you, Bruce, for that donation. Much appreciated.
Let me see. Wait till
Patrick
this thing focuses.
Oh, look at that. That's like 3 collars.
So there's one example of some different collars from the Racus.
Greens.
And then here's another example.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you guys really can't understand how beautiful these things are in person. The camera just does not capture it.
Yeah, it doesn't do it justice, but you can see that's not just, regular black and silver.
No, it's got
There's a
some
lot of
blues
blues and golds and blacks and.
So I believe that was
50
Carl.
watt Racus.
I think that was Carl that was talking about that problem with the art library, right?
So
Carl, if you go to forum.lightburnsoftware.com, post your problem there, and a technician will see it and answer it. Be very detailed. To get a technician to answer, you have to be very detailed in what you're telling them. So make sure you explain it really well, and you will get a technician to answer.
And if you've got a way that you can screen capture a short video of it doing it, upload that too. All right. So Kate had to let the dogs out.
I think we're going to be starting an intermission, like a 2-minute intermission, and not the LBX, but the following live stream, because we all have to do that. Especially with all these older guys here. You know what I'm saying? With the prostate issues.
When I click on any, all right, back to Carl. When I click on any group, the group before it ends up in the work area. Yeah, just try and get a video demonstration, a screen grab, screen record, and share that with a Lightburn text.
Well, when you're clicking on, I don't know what you mean by a group. You have the library, and then you have the files inside the library. So you click on the title of the library, and then from there, let me just switch over real quick. So here's your art library. These are the categories over here.
Make yours full screen.
What's that? Oh,
how do you
okay.
make it full screen?
Well, you guys need to do that, but I'll do it real quick.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
So over here, you'll see that you have all these categories. So I have the tic-tac-toe category, and then over here, I've got all of the files inside of there. So if I wanted to load one of these files, I would double click on that, and it comes right out. So I'm not quite sure what you're talking about with groups. And then you've got like, here's another one. So if I double click on that, you see that each one of the different files will come out separately. So I'm not quite sure what you mean by groups. I mean, you have the categories here, and then you have the files here.
All right. I have a question. Any reason why when I ran a test on engraving clear acrylic and gave me some settings after when I tried it? Well, you can't do clear. That's a tongue twister for me. One of y'all take this.
Yeah, the clear acrylic, you can only engrave if you have a diode laser. I'm guessing that you're talking about a diode laser. Clear acrylic gave me some settings after when I try the acrylic burn, it bubbles. Your LPI may be too high, so your DPI, LPI, whatever you want to call it, might be too high. Lower your DPI or LPI, because you may have done your test in one mode and now you're doing a graphic that is completely different DPI. So you just have to keep testing. Here's a tip. Start the job that you're wanting to run, and as you see, let's say you see it start coming up and, oh, that's too hot. So stop the job, change your settings, go back to the preview window, scrub back on the timeline until you get to that spot where you stopped, and then click start here at the bottom of the preview window to continue going up, and just keep doing that until you get the right settings.
Looking for question marks, guys, and trying to avoid
I'm
anything.
going to pop this up real quick. I don't know what you mean by magnet would take it to the next level.
The game pieces.
Yeah, but I don't. Well, I guess I could engrave little holes and put those little tiny magnets in there.
Yeah,
I don't see why it would need it, but that's a lot of extra work.
Yeah. The only way that I could see that would be really beneficial, Rich, is if you wanted to make it a travel game.
Yeah, in the car or something like that. Yeah.
If that, that way you can just, here, kids, you can throw it at them. You don't have to worry about it. They're all stuck to it. All right. And Dale says he's gonna go out his garage door window too. Patrick, he's gonna.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna follow you.
Folks, hurry up with the USA. We have 111 entries right now. We're at 1 hour and 21 minutes, so we're 10 minutes from the end of the stream. We're going to finish up with the questions, and then we're going to move through them quickly. Anything with a question mark we'll get to, even if we have to run late. But when we get to 1:30, 1 hour and 30 minutes, we're going to do the drawings for sure.
Dale Dubs, I have a 10-watt diode. I know I can't cut metal coins, but will they look decent with Ceramark?
Yeah.
They'll look good with Ceramark, but they're going to cost you a ton. Use Brilliance instead, because it's a whole lot cheaper and works just as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you can go even cheaper than that and get some black tempera paint for like $2.
I have not tested that.
It works just as good as the Ceramark.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, don't spend your money on Ceramark. If you don't have, but I think with the tempera paint, the one thing reason I haven't tried it, and Patrick demoed the airbrush application, and that helped with you. But you got to have a real even coating of your tempera paint to get it right.
No, what a lot of people don't do is they don't put it on thick enough. So tempera paint will actually self-level.
Okay.
So what I do is I put it on pretty thick and I let it self-level, and then I run my material test and go from there. But the biggest mistake I see on YouTube that everybody makes is that they get out their paintbrush and they start stroking it and put lines in it and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people do it with sponges and with paper towels, and no, you just pour it on there and let it self-level.
Now, Patrick, didn't you have a video with that airbrush?
Yeah. There's a live stream replay on my channel, and the reason I used the airbrush is I was doing glass.
That's what made me buy
that.
I
was doing round pieces, so getting nice consistent layer on the round surfaces.
So
the airbrush did the job.
Dale, look in Patrick's stream for that airbrush and the tempera application. And look in my YouTube stream for the Brilliance demos. The reason I like the Brilliance is because you spray it and 7 seconds later you're engraving.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's different. But I have a heat gun.
Yeah. But 7 seconds later you're engraving.
I want to answer this question from Kate. Yeah. So she's asking if I changed out the fan on the Lasermatic 20. And originally I always said you always change out the fan, even on the Chinese CO2 lasers. But I forgot to turn, when I first set the laser up, I forgot to turn on my inline fan, and it was exhausting well. They upgraded the fan on the MK2. And a couple of days later, I just, for the heck of it, went and got my button over here off of my beta version for my air scrubber and put it on there. And when I hit the button and turned it on, while I was doing a job, I didn't notice a big increase in the sound from the fan. So totally unnecessary. It works just fine the way it is with this new upgraded fan. It's a lot better than the one that was in the original MK1 version. So I'm just going to say that no, I probably won't change this. In fact, I've been using it without the air scrubber.
All right, Carl, again, but this is something different. On Christmas 2 ornaments, can they be ungrouped? I can't get them to ungroup. If that's my ornaments, Carl, send me an email after the live stream, hobowithwood.com or hobowithwood@gmail.com, and I'll
like me.
Yeah. But if that's not mine, that's a little bit confusing. But if it's my ornament, send me an email, tell me what you're talking about. Because yeah, you should be able to ungroup anything I've got. You answered that one. What about my 40-watt Falcon 2? What about? Don't know.
Well, Patrick has one of those.
Yeah. That's what he cut the that 1 millimeter poplar with. All right, questions. Looking for, and guys,
what did you want to know about your 40-watt Falcon 2?
Yeah, and remember, guys, precede if it's a question, precede the question with the question mark.
Oh, I think he's asking if you have to change. No, it can't be the fan because it doesn't come with one. Go ahead. Never mind.
Because if I skipped your question, it's because I'm looking for question marks preceding your actual question.
So let me just get to this one first because it doesn't have a question mark. So Ron is asking that he just bought the Algo Laser 22-watt and he was told it is a CO2 type laser. No, it's not. It's not a fiber. It's not a CO2. It is a diode laser. In fact, I just got one and it's on the bench right on the other side of the screen here. So I'm getting started on the testing for that.
There's again no question mark, but can I utilize my laser cutter to create what looks like a clapboard siding, straight line for a bottom board and a slanted, then straight all the way down through the board?
You can do, you can mimic anything. You can do brick walls. You can do roof tiles. You can do anything with a laser engraver. Of course, we can't show you how to do that right now, but yes, you can. In fact, Steve, even in one of his videos, he made a pickup truck and the fence backing on it. He used the offset tool to give it an actual wood look. And I'm guessing that he's going off camera now to go get the pickup truck.
Yep. Let's see. There we go.
You're not going to really get a good shot of that.
No,
where they'll be able to see it, but it is really cool looking. So I've done one myself. So when you're looking at it in person, Dwayne is asking, when you say throw the switch from 20 to 10 or vice versa, is that really all you have to do besides changing the power and speed? So yeah. So what you can do is you can put your engrave laying layer on one layer and your cut on another layer, and turn off the output to the cut layer, run your engraving at 20 watts, and then when the job finishes, throw the switch down to 10, turn off your engrave layer, turn on your cut layer, and run the second job. That's the way that I do it. The nice thing about the Lasermatic 20 is that it's solid. So when you throw that switch, there it is. Patrick's putting it up on the screen. When you throw that switch, it doesn't move the laser head. Just throw it straight up or straight down, and you won't have any problems moving it out of position. There you go.
All right. And I'm looks like Jack, I don't know if that's Jack in the shop throwing in his 2 cents somewhere, but Matthew's throwing in his 2 says, yeah, if you want to do thick solid wood, get a CNC. Well,
yep.
I've got a CNC, but the one thing that I used it for a month and I haven't used it since because I didn't like any of the software that controlled the CNC. It was all too expensive to do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm really looking forward to LBX, because of the way they keep talking and teasing. We might be able to start using the Lightburn in our CNCs.
No, you will. They've already announced it. They
Yeah.
are going to be unveiling CNC support at LBX next week.
So that's what I'm really looking forward to, and then I can go knock the dust off, not dust from being used. But for those who don't have or can't afford a CNC, but a 40-watt laser or 30-watt laser is cheaper than buying a whole CNC, and you can do some things with Lightburn that you can't do with some of that cheap CNC software. So yeah, if
I just want to answer T-Man here and say, no, you have to do it on 2 separate layers because it's an actual physical switch like we just described.
what was it all about? Because I wanted to know.
Switching 10 to 20 watts. So he was wondering if you can set the layers to different wattages. No, you can, but you have to do the job separately and throw the switch manually. So he's asking if you could just do it all at once.
Well, what if you did it this way? And what if you had, because we've got how many layers in Lightburn? 20 something?
Yeah.
All right. Then all of your layers that precede or that start with a layer or with a 1. So layer 1 through 10 is going to be for your 10-watt settings, 20 and anything 2 and above is for your 20-watt settings. When you set out your job, set out all of your 10-watt settings, power settings in those layers. Then set your power settings for your 20-watt laser and your other settings, and then you can follow.
His question was about if you can do engrave and cut in the same job.
Well, you could.
No, you can't. You have to turn one layer off. So you'd have to engrave at 20 watts or engrave at 10 watts if you wanted to. And then you throw the switch to 20 for cutting and you do the second job.
Right. Yeah. But you let me finish. But you set it all up in one job. Hit the start button. Yeah. And then whenever you're done, your engraving's done, pause it, flip your switch and hit start. And now it's going to run your next layers and cut it.
Okay. So I just want to make clear, you can't do it all in one job. It has to be 2 separate jobs. The engraving first and then the cut second.
That's separate layers.
Layer, exactly.
But it would be one job.
Okay, job to me is when you actually hit start. So okay,
well,
let's move on. I think we've over-explained that now. So let's just move on.
You can't have a fill and a line and do an engrave and a cut in the same, in the same layer. You've got to separate them out.
Right. Moving on. Let's do this instead. Let's get to the giveaway tool. So I am going to present, share my screen.
Yeah, now I'm getting lots of USAs.
We're up to 125 entries right now. Patrick, are you ready?
I am almost ready.
Because Patrick does the drum roll and I do the drawing.
I am ready.
Okay, so the first 3 drawings are going to be for the tic-tac-toe game. Oh, you know what? I have to get prepared for this. Hang on 1 second. I need to find my pen. I should have been better prepared. I don't have a pen.
Open up Notepad.
Nope, I'm on a different computer. I don't want to do. I have like 5 pens here, so just give me 1 sec. Oh, here we go. Here's a pencil. That'll work. Okay, so the first 3 are going to be for the tic-tac-toe games. And Patrick, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. And it is Dano Griggs. Congratulations to Dano.
I was going to suggest that you type their names in Lightburn and engrave them onto a piece of wood.
Okay, so these 3 drawings, you're going to have to send an email to thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com and say that you won the tic-tac-toe game along with your shipping address. So that's the only way that you're going to be able to get them. You have to send an email to thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com and tell me that you won the tic-tac-toe game. Don't try and cheat because I know who the winners are. So, all right, here we go with the second one. 3, 2, 1, go. And he's a little bit late. I had this time so well with that drum roll.
Yeah.
Joe Brannon. All right. Congratulations to Joe Brannon.
I was
Joe.
late. I was looking at the comments where people are typing USA multiple times.
That's
You can
too late
type
for
it
that.
100 times.
Yeah.
But you can type it 100 times, and it's only going to enter you one time.
You only get one
there's
entry.
No need to spam the comments.
Yep. So
Typing
Joe,
USA multiple times.
Joe, send an email to thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com with your shipping address. Here we go with the third and final drawing for me. And 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, perfect timing, Patrick. And the third and final winner for the tic-tac-toe game is ex-photoman Tom Deja something, Deja Cuomo. So I'm going to put in here Tom Digiacomo.
And before you start my giveaways, I got one here very important that we need to address.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where do you sign up for membership? Can't find the link.
It should be right under the video.
Right beside the subscribe button.
If you're watching on YouTube, not in Facebook or anywhere else, YouTube, right there underneath the comments or underneath the video, you got what, the $sign and the subscribe sign? You looking at it, Patrick?
Yeah, there's the subscribe, and right to the left is join.
So the subscribe, or the left is join. Okay.
Yep.
So we don't want anybody who wants to sign up not be able to find it. All right, let's give away some deer in the crosshairs.
Okay, so again, just before I start on that, thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com is the email address that you would send your shipping address to. It has to be in the USA, and it should be within the next 4 or 5 days, because I'm going to make these, and if I don't hear from you, well, I'm just going to give them away. So here we go. We're getting ready for Steve's drawing now, which is going to be for the deer in the crosshair flat pack. And Patrick, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we go with the first drawing. 3, 2, 1, go. He's getting good at that timing with the drum roll. Wendy Phillips.
No,
HTL hostess.
HTL.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, Wendy, you got kicked out at the
I
last
thought
second.
I thought it was going to be the newbie at first. It was really kind of a slow roller
Gosh.
there.
Yeah, Wendy got bumped by Jeremy.
If Steve is a really nice guy, he'll send one to Wendy anyway, because she donates so much to the channel.
Yes. And before you start the next one, another important one: share this live stream. Yes, share.
Yeah, we've got a good amount of viewers right now, more than usual. We're up to 191. So it is working. So click share, click like, all that kind of good stuff. And, I guess everybody wants to get that laser drawing going. So that's the way we're going to do it. Okay. So now with Steve's, hobowithwood@gmail.com is where you send your shipping address. Are you ready for the next one, Steve?
Go.
All right, Patrick, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Carl. Okay, Carl Albertson is winner number 2. Send your shipping address to hobowithwood@gmail.com. Wendy, I hope you're the next winner. Let me know when you're ready, Steve.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Last and final drawing of the night. 3, 2, 1, go. Bruce Parker. All right, Bruce. Bruce Parker is the final winner for tonight. Congratulations, Bruce.
Guys, get those emails out tonight before you get off your computer. Send an email to Rich and myself with your shipping addresses, because like he said, we've got a lot, and we're looking at your Wayne Lux or whatever, Rich.
I forgot to switch back.
We got a lot get done, and get those emails to us, because if you'll get them to me tonight, I will get these things before I leave to go to LBX in the mail.
Me too. I won't get to them until tomorrow, but and maybe even Monday. So if you get me that email tonight, it will go in the mail Tuesday before I leave.
Couple more questions, and will LBX have the live stream archive for later viewing?
Yes.
Yes.
And let's see.
Yeah, we're going to continue on, even though we're at the 10 minutes past the end of the stream. For those of you who want to stick around and get the questions answered, we're going to keep going here with the questions.
Because the last thing I want to do is get you guys to really drum up the viewers and then us not answer your questions. So, I'll stay with you all night. I won't be able to answer all your questions.
Okay, but Steve's going to stay all night. So you heard that.
But I won't be able to answer all your questions because I don't have the knowledge that these guys have got. So, and only because he's got a double question in here, he's asking me specifically, will I do a video showing how I modified the music file to show the full music staff? I think that was that you had the music
video on that.
Yeah.
That was our live stream on. You just go to lasermakersrealm.com and look in there. And when you see the music notes video, click on that one and watch that video again, because it is in there. It is in that video.
Okie dokie. And if you don't find what you're looking for, Viking Wind, if you email me, hobowithwood@gmail.com, with a specific question that you're having a problem with, I'll try to address it. All right, long one here. If a 10 watt and a 20 watt laser have the same beam dimension specifications, why do you prefer the 10 watt for engraving? Wouldn't the 20 watt do the exact same beam dimension and just use less power?
They don't have the same beam dimensions. So 10 watt is always going to be with a 10 watt laser, you've got 2 diodes that are being collimated. With a 20 watt laser, you've got 4. So it's not going to be the same dimensions. Now, Algo Laser is saying that they have some type of new beam shaping going on in their laser module. I have not found that to be the case on this new 20 watt that they sent me, because I ran the same job that I ran on the 20 watt with the Lasermatic 20, and it didn't cut all the way through. Using the library, I should say, from the Lasermatic 20, I used the same wood, same library setting, and it didn't cut cleanly through like the Lasermatic 20 did. So, and that's supposed to be a 22 watt. So, perfectly focused, by the way.
All right, so this, I thought we answered this already, but he's now got multiple question marks, so apparently we didn't answer it. Any reason why, when I ran a test on engraving clear acrylic and gave me some settings after when I tried the acrylic burn like bubble?
Well, that's, again, like we said earlier. First off, every graphic will burn differently that you use. So depending, if you do a really thin, like almost a line graphic that, let's say the lines are all 1 millimeter thick, and then you switch to one where the lines are all 6 millimeters thick, you know, it all depends on your LPI. So I think we did answer that.
Yeah, and they just did. We answered it, but I don't think they either didn't like it or didn't understand, because this has been in the feed multiple times, and now he's got 4 question marks. It's, and also the other thing too, it could be the product, the material. If you're getting an unusual result, could be just.
Well, he's saying he got a good result on the test and used those settings and they didn't work. So I don't know what the case is going to be there. Anytime I do a material test, those settings work on the same material. You probably may not be using the same material.
Yeah, could be. If you tested on one, now you're engraving on another.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to register what you were talking about. That material test is just a little certain dimension or size, but then you do that graphic, you're putting more heat into that acrylic and that one focal area for too long, and it causes it to blister and crack or bubble. And we're back to your game board, Rich.
Yeah, I put it on there for a purpose.
Okay. All right. Byron Sanders just signed up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't think we popped this up yet. Gwen also became a member.
Thank you, Gwen.
All right, last call for questions.
I'm getting how do you download the giveaway files? You don't download are the files from the games tonight, Rich?
Yeah, so those files are going to be available after the live stream in the replay. But you can go there right now, lasermakersrealm.com, and click on tonight's video, and the file is there ready to download below the video.
And I've got a surprise for everybody who's still here. I created tonight
Thank you, Jeff.
I created a sample pack, one from each of the 3 series, one snowman, one Holy Night, and one mountain deer ornament. One pack of 3 that is free to download on hobowithwood.com for the next 48 hours. So if you're still here and you want these for free, there's one of each for free on Hobo with Wood. You can go there after we finish this because it's going to be free for 48 hours.
I just had to put this up.
You did. You did. Yeah, we talked about that. You are a true Yankee.
No, that was talking about you.
Huh? No.
Look who's talking about an accent from the Louisiana Hobby Guy.
Yeah,
the guy from North Carolina.
No,
with the heavy accent.
I think he was talking about.
Pretty sure that's what he means.
No, Dwayne corrected him. Let's see.
That's pretty clear what he's saying right there. Okay, let's move on. I think we missed a. I think I did pop this up. Thank you, Jeff, for that $3 super sticker. Much appreciated.
Long question. I did not preview it. When you are doing a job with engraving and cutting, do you set the laser height once and run the job, or do you adjust the height of the laser once for engraving and then for cutting?
That's going to depend on the thickness of the wood.
Yeah.
If you're using 3mm wood, it's not going to make a difference. If you're using, 5 or above, then you lower your focus for the cutting.
Yep. Is that
I'm just so proud of my tic-tac-toe games. I got to put them up on the screen.
Can I do those or heads and get those colors on a Thunder?
The axe heads, those are done with the fiber laser.
Yeah, you got to use the fiber. Yeah.
I'm glad y'all understood that one. I'm looking for question marks. All right, question mark. Daniel, when I try to open the Lightburn file, when I hit the open button, it opens a file 4 or 5 rows up.
When you hit the open button, it should open it opens a window. The easiest thing to do is click on file and then go to recent files, and you'll see a whole list of the 10 most recent files you were using. But when you click the open folder, it's only going to bring up a folder. So you got to be doing something wrong there.
Yeah. Question mark. Does Patrick sell lesson for UV fiber and CO2 Galvo?
Yes.
How do I get
email sales@lightsource.pro.
Yep. There you go.
Is that, and that's scrolling across the bottom? Yes. Where it was?
Yes, sir.
It's gone now.
It was a minute ago. Hang on a second, because somebody turned it off. There it is. Okay. It's scrolling now.
All right. Carl's elaborating here. In my category Christmas, with Christmas 1, Christmas ornament, Merry Christmas 2. If I click in Merry Christmas 2, Christmas ornaments goes to the work area. You know what?
That's the same comment that was made earlier. It's the same one.
Somebody had said to unload the library and then reload it.
Yeah, I'll say do that, and then you may just have to recreate it even, because you've sounds like you've got some stuff that's crossed. the links are linked to the wrong item. They're showing right, but they're not linked correctly.
Thank you, JJ. And also thank you to Mike, who became a new member tonight. So, yeah, and usually whenever you have a problem in Lightburn, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's not Lightburn. So close Lightburn, restart your computer, reopen Lightburn again, and usually things go back to working normally.
And and this is the smart aleck in me.
And don't type USA anymore because the giveaways are over.
Yeah. But Louis says that children and magnets don't mix, and this is a smart aleck in me. I'm a big believer in survival of the fittest. All these warning labels we got on everything. Do not use the hairdryer in the shower. Well, if you're stupid enough to do it, I believe you should.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Mike, for that donation. Much appreciated. I do have a hairdryer on my toilet seat. Built into the toilet seat. It's actually a bidet, but it does have a dryer.
I have a shower-mounted toaster oven. I love my bagels. I love
you steam and toast them at the same time.
I love a hot bagel in the morning.
Yes, Dwayne, it is that easy. You just throw the switch.
One little toggle.
2 seconds. As compared to some laser manufacturers where you have to change, who we will not mention, or you have to take the module off and put another module on.
Having trouble with the triple thick poly sticking to hot pots, even after being fully cured for over 2 weeks, what would you recommend for trivets?
I don't understand that at all, but I can tell you I have trouble.
They have
some trouble.
They have trivets they've coated with the triple thick, and they set a hot pot on it, and it sticks to the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
it's melting the triple thick.
I got you now.
I don't know that I'd use triple thick for my trivets.
I don't use anything on a pot holder at all. No coating at all. Can you pop that screen off, that comment off?
Yeah. That's just how I keep up with where I was at. But depending on what he's doing, making his trivets out of, because like your ceramic trivets, I've done a few of those that I did not put any kind of protectant on them, and the marking it would get the cost of the ceramic being so absorbent, it'd mess up the engravings if it wasn't actually sealed with something. So I don't know what kind of trivet are you making? What's your product, VT Maker?
Real quickly, Jeff, you're going to have to be a lot more clearer on that question because I have no idea what it means.
Question mark. If the same brand laser 10 and 20 watt modules have the same laser beam.
We already discussed that one.
Yep. Yeah, but that's further down the stream. I don't know if it's the same person, the same question.
They might have copied and pasted it.
I think he's just asking a hypothetical. If they were the same size.
Oh, if they were, yeah.
If.
Okay.
Would you take it 20 over a 10? Yeah, if the spot size was the same, of course.
Yeah.
Could you go through the Surmark alternatives again? Well, we mentioned Brilliance, laser inks, and we mentioned tempera paint.
Yep. Thank you, Mike, for that $10 super sticker.
And Patrick already answered that. Brilliance, laser ink, or tempera paint.
It's all in how you use it. The Brilliance is going to be real quick, few seconds from spray to laser. The tempera has got to dry. Heat gun always works best.
You've got, I don't have one of these. I think you've got one, Rich. How do you do a test card for the laser pecker?
The only one that you can do a test card with is the Laser Pecker 4. So that has a Lightburn connection, which I have found to not work very well. Lightburn does not play well with the Laser Pecker 4, even though they claim that it does. And but you can use their proprietary software. And I would say that go to my channel and watch that video on saving material, doing material tests, because that's how you would do it on the laser pecker.
Chicago Bob, I want to say thank you for your support, but he says he purchased the bundle of 3D ornaments and wanted to say thanks for some good quality work. Thank you for your support.
You're always going to get quality work from this live stream.
Ron Gunter, I was reading on Algo Laser's site, and they say it is a COS. Is that a type of diode laser?
No, the COS is what they're calling their new beam shaping technology is called COS. And like I said earlier, I have a piece of 3mm plywood that I used the settings for the Lasermatic 20 on the Algo laser, and it didn't cut through cleanly. So I don't know what they mean by, they're saying that it's a square beam. I really don't. I don't believe marketing hype. And
it means collimated oblong spheroid is what it means.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And basically all it means is that they have two diodes here. They're reversing one from the other, which supposedly creates a square beam. I haven't tested that part yet, but I can tell you that the 22 watt doesn't cut as good as the Lasermatic 20 watt. So,
all right, V's got a good question, but I've got a good answer. I'm more curious what your thoughts are. Based on what we've said so far regarding the 10 and 20 watt, did he make a mistake in pre-ordering the 30 watt?
No.
Rich is shaking his head. And
not at
why
all.
Why do you say no?
The difference in the beam from the 20 watt to the 30 watt is so minimal. The difference in the spot size is so minimal that it's real. You're still going to be able to switch to the 10 watt. So
With
if
the
they had a
30 watt?
1050 watt, it would still be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
30 watt.
say that
The
again.
30 watt.
Will it be a 1030?
Yes, it's a 1030.
Okay. Yep. Maybe you didn't know that, V. Maybe you did. But yeah, given that option, if I could do a 4010, I'd do a 4010.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, you did
All right,
not mess
folks.
up
We're
there.
down to the last. We're getting close to the bottom of the question. So we're at 2 hours right now. We're going to give it a couple more minutes, and then I have to go use the restroom. So we're gonna. I don't know about you guys, but I think we're gonna finish the stream in just a couple minutes. Last questions.
Yep.
Last call.
I own a Fox Alien 20 watt riser diode. How do I find out how fast I can push the white space in Lightburn? Try to speed up my jobs if possible.
Go to the console and type $$ and press enter, and then look for. You'll see it'll print out all of the settings for your laser. Look for $110 and $111. The $110 is going to be as fast as you can go on your X. The $111 is going to be as fast as you can go on the Y. It'll give you those settings right there.
All right, cool. I don't like the pause button because then you have to pay attention. Okay. Wow. What's with all the USAs still? Okay.
No more USAs. I mean, shout it to the rooftops, but from the rooftops, but no more USAs in the stream. We've already.
I wonder if they're when it's not on they can't be watching it on a delay right now, right? They've got to be watching it live. We've already done this.
Yeah.
Some people may have joined late and they're still way back there.
Okay.
So, that's possible.
If you are on iPad, iPhone, join does. If you're on an iPad or iPhone, the join does not appear.
Uh-oh.
Well, I've never liked Apple.
I don't use any Crapple devices.
I've never liked Apple.
Neither me. When I did like Apple in 2004 when they actually came out with the first smartphone.
Now here's an interesting comment.
BlackBerry.
Alabi says that only works for the USA because he can't see the link either. So apparently he's out of country and he don't see it. I don't know if he's on a mobile Apple device, or she. I don't know if that's he, she, but
I'm pretty sure all those links show up if you're on a computer. I know even on my Android phone when I'm watching a live stream, I don't see all of the functions underneath.
Christy says it doesn't show up if you're watching it on a tablet. I only see it on my PC.
It shows up on my tablet, my Android tablet.
Yeah, Mike says he had to switch to his Windows PC to join. So thank you for making the effort.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Question. on YouTube, if full screen, you can't see sub or join. You have to go into normal view. Okay.
Yeah,
So there's
that's
a
true.
hint.
Yep. Mhm.
I was thinking you probably have to be in portrait mode.
Yes, it has to be in portrait mode on your phone.
Looking for questions or question mark. Well, man, a lot of these are duplicates, exact duplicates.
Okay, I'm going to put this one up because not only do we not do that anymore, but he put a space between the I and the wanted. So Ed, shame on you.
That was doubly wrong.
And
Chris says that he can see it in Australia.
okay. I have a problem with the printer. When I downloaded the thing, it goes farther than it. Oh, yes. Royal. Hey, Royal. Thank you for joining us tonight. Royal has been emailing me today, and I've been trying to understand what's going on. So, Royal, thank you for being here. And the guys, Royal, you'll forget which laser he's got, but it's not the Lasermatic 10.
Okay, go to your device settings and make sure you check your bed size, because that's probably the problem that you're having. Your bed size is wrong.
And that's what I told him. It's probably a settings issue, but I didn't know if it was a matter of a home position being wrong.
Could be his origin could be wrong, so it's not hitting the limit switches.
You have to follow the owner's manual, and you have to set up Lightburn properly. You have to have the right origin, and you have to have the right X and Y measurements in the device settings. Edit device settings, or click the wrench and screwdriver icon.
So, yeah, that I didn't even think about that. You maybe have the wrong.
He also asked a follow-up question why the laser would go out of bounds, and that's the reason why it would go out of bounds. Or maybe you're not in absolute coordinates. So if you're in user origin, current position as an example, and that current position is in the middle of the bed, and then you load a job that has to be, a 380 by 380, well, yeah, it's going to slam into the rails. So if you're in current position and you try and load a job bigger than the laser can work, where your current position is not at the 0, well, then yeah, it's going to slam into the rails. Use absolute coordinates and control your laser from Lightburn using the map icon.
And did any of us test the Xtool S1? If so, what do you think? I try not to say things too negative, so I'm not going to reply.
The S1 is on its way. So in December, you'll see my opinion of the S1. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. After 100 emails, I finally gave in. I'll tell you why later. But I mean, it's a whole brand new design. So I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to get an honest review, unlike all of the Xtool fanboys with everything else that give all of these great reviews on other products that are really crap. So
question from Daniel: did Rich get the Alpha or the Delta? You know what he's referring to?
Yes, I got both. The Alpha I'm giving to I'll be bringing to LBX to give to Patrick, and the Delta is on my workbench on the other side of this camera right now.
Question. All right. Are the scratch paper mask files available somewhere? Isn't it still in the?
Yep, under the video.
On
lasermakersrealm.com.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I'll send you the bill later.
And see, I don't know why this guys are like this. This is so far further down, and I don't know if they just didn't think I saw it the first time, but all right.
I'm not seeing the duplicates in mine. Maybe your thing popped back up.
No, because I didn't see this yet, and this is right under that. On a monport 40-watt CO2, I tried engraving a box several times in a row on top of itself. Just hit start 10 times. The result printed sliding to the right a millimeter or two each time.
Are you in absolute coordinates? I mean, I'm assuming that you have the Lightburn version. So if you're in absolute coordinates, it'll print in the same place every time. if you did the upgrade that I told you to do on my YouTube channel to add air assist, if it's an older one that doesn't have the air assist, if you just don't put the air assist line inside the drag chain, just zip tie it to the outside of the drag chain, that'll solve that problem as well. But on the new ones with the air assist, if you're using absolute coordinates, it will engrave in the same spot every time.
Scoot, hit the wrong button. Want to cut names on the outer circle of an ornament, not engrave, but cut individual letters.
I have a video on that on my channel. But if you're going to be cutting individual letters, then you should make sure that you put them into stencil mode. You have to edit them, or you can use a stencil font, because otherwise you'll have the problem that Patrick had. Show him, Patrick.
Yeah, the Creality.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Keith. Thank you for becoming a new member.
I don't know where I put the damn thing.
It says Creality on it, Patrick.
And it's a great big 1-inch piece of.
It's a great big piece
huge.
Of 1-inch thick wood.
Well, I moved all this stuff out of the way.
Oh, to your right a little bit. Look, no, to the left.
I found it.
There you go.
Don't
right,
trip.
it's right where I could see it. So
see
the
R.
That's why you have to create a stencil font or use a stencil font.
And I wasn't going to do either one of those, so this is the way it is.
Yeah, I don't enjoy doing that. Plus, also, if you're doing something as small as an ornament, and now you're going to be doing that, it's like even on my snowman, I had a few people complain about Mr. and Mrs. Snowman. And if you watch the video when I created it, the first time I did it, I had it so small right there, it was too fragile. So I had to change that. So if you start cutting out and putting letters around the perimeter of this, it's going to make it really fragile. So, yeah.
I want to pop this one up real quick. Carl is asking, is there a way to get a manual air to go automatic when the laser runs? Yes, there is. You can get an M7 box. I believe Neje sells them. And what that is it's a box that you put in line that hooks to your control board. If there's 2 prongs that hook on the control board. They have directions with it. I got one a while back. And what that does is it sends a signal to this little M7 box, and you put a wire going in, like let's say use an extension cord, goes in one side, out the other. You cut it, hook it up to the terminals. It turns the extension cord on and off. That's the way that I did it, was with an M7 box. And I can't remember exactly what they're called. I'm going to try and remember for the next live stream and put that up.
So T-Man's asking, is it better to buy the Lasermatic 20 watt rather than upgrading the 10?
I would say yes. Yeah, I would say yes.
I would say yes, and then now you got 2 lasers and not 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes for one particular reason, and I'll show you that real quick. The reason that I would say yes is because of this right here. From here to here is 17 inches. From here to here is 1 inch, the pass through front and back. So you can now do, a 6-foot porch sign if you wanted to, using that pass through. Plus, this has an integrated metal frame all the way around. It's not the acrylic that you're depending on. If you happen to lean on it, nothing's going to break or anything like that. There's so many upgrades in the 20 watt machine that I would say yes, it would be a better idea to buy a new machine. I'm going to turn this other thing off.
And I don't know if we acknowledged JJ or not, but JJ, thank you. If we did, thank you again.
Yes, we did thank JJ, but thank you again anyway.
What is the cost of a Galvo?
What is the what?
Somebody answered that in the comments, told them like how much they'd spent on a new one.
Yeah, I'm saying that's kind of like how much is a car.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a new supporter as well. Did we get him? Keith?
Yeah, I think I put him up. Keith.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Keith. We appreciate that. We can't say thank you enough, so we'll keep putting you up there, Keith.
and I had there, and maybe we did or didn't see Mike, but thank you, Mike. Bookity,
And
bookity.
we are, I'm going to say we're down to the last, say 2 minutes. So last call for questions.
Yeah.
It's made a pencil dispenser only to find out they don't use pencils in school anymore.
You know what? And that's true too, because my granddaughter had to get a pen with a rubber tip on one end because everything they do now is on a tablet.
Stylus, yeah.
A stylus, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I still make pencils for my grandson because he goes to a different school and he's only in the first grade.
All right. Carl's asking, how does he reload the files? Talking about that library. Delete your library.
No.
No.
Oh, no. Just click unload on the art library.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And
click
then
load
back.
right after that and browse to the file again and load it again. Yeah. Unload and load.
Yep. I would unload, close Lightburn, open it back up,
Yeah.
then load it again.
Always a good idea to close Lightburn. I even close it sometimes between jobs just so that it the memory usage comes down.
Stuart asking, is the quality of engraving the Lasermatic 10 the same as the 20 watt in the 10 watt mode?
Yeah, it's actually a little bit better. So the power is a little bit higher because I tried using my 10 watt library that I have for the Lasermatic 10 on the Lasermatic 20 in 10 watt mode. And I had to make a lot of adjustments because the 10 watt on this 20 is more powerful and it seems to have a smaller spot size. And I know that Leo is particularly working on that. And there's going to be some big changes in 2024 on spot size. So the engineering is underway.
Yep. I can verify your comment, Rich, because my 10 watt settings from the Lasermatic 10 do not work with the Lasermatic 20 in 10 watt mode on Leatherette.
Yeah.
I did some extensive testing and they're not the same.
And by the way, I am creating an entire new library for the Lasermatic 20. Let me go into full screen for 1 second here. I know we're getting very close to the end here, so I'll just show you this real quickly. If I switch lasers here to the Lasermatic 20, it should switch my library, and you see here Lasermatic 1020. So this is what I have been working on. Every test that I do, I create a library. So I've got acrylic, ashwood, bamboo, black walnut, all of these different materials. And then in this inside here, there are several categories as well, different categories. And then the speed settings, 20 and 10 watt. So I am working on an advanced library, and this one's going to be much better than I learned a lot from doing that 10 watt library. So this one's going to be much better, and the settings should be better. But one thing that everybody should know is that it doesn't matter where you are, your settings are going to vary. It's just these are general settings. What I engrave here at 4 feet below sea level is not going to engrave the same way in Denver, Colorado, or in Alaska. So, humidity, material, supplier, all that stuff is going to vary. What my libraries are base settings for you to start with.
And Carl, I'm going to assume you've not been doing this for very, very long. What's your best setting for mirror using the Sculpfun S9 5 watt? The reason I say you haven't been doing lasering very long is because if you have, you learned the only way to know is to what, guys?
Do a material test.
Yes.
Test it.
And then when it comes
and even after you do that, you can go to lahobbyguy.com, click on the forum, and in the forum, if you become a member, you'll see a whole new category open up called member downloads. In there, you can get a 5 watt library that'll give you all the base settings. And with that,
and that's going to help. But the one big problem about his question that sticks out is mirrors.
Yeah.
I don't care what setting library you have.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work with a mirror.
Yep.
Because the mirrors are made so different, the different types of applications to create the mirror. The only way to find out is to test.
Exactly. Thank you, T-Man.
Thank you.
And
Very
we
much.
are at the end of our live stream tonight. And Chris is exactly right. And the answer to that is yes. So I am about to hit the end stream button now. Thank you all for being here. If you guys
He's going to end this stream and start another one.
Start another one. That's
He's already
exactly,
started.
right
What are you
from this
talking
stream
about?
to another one. That's exactly right. Patrick, if you have anything else to say, Steve, got anything else to say your goodbyes now because we are about to go.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, for all the questions we missed, I'm sorry, but Rich has got to pee.
Check out my Patreon if you haven't, just in case.
Lasermakersrealm.com. You'll be at the blog. You'll see this video right below the video. Click on the video. When you get to that page, right below the video is the download. As soon as I start my next stream or finish my next stream, I'll come back and I'll post it below the YouTube videos with the replay as well. So bye, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you in just a few days live streaming from LBX in Peoria, Illinois. See you all.
Thank you.